Hi, this is Dave from Free Run Speed. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Hoka One Speedgoat 4. I've put 50 miles on this shoe, so it's a good time to talk about fit and feel. You're going to hear some things that I really love about this shoe, but you're also going to hear some challenges for it. Few know this stat that I'm about to share with you, specifically in building running shoes at running shoe companies or at retail. And here is the stat. 50% of the feel and function of a running shoe is determined by the upper, and 50% of it is determined by the midsole. When it's done completely right, it's on your foot, it's a beautiful sensation. And you understand that when it's not completely done right, you're going to feel some things like I feel in this. I'm not knocking this shoe. There are things they can do better, for sure. But anyway, I wanted to throw that stat out to you. That 50% of what you feel in a running shoe is because of how it fits around your foot and how well this upper works with the midsole, which is the other 50%. As you may or may not remember, I am looking for a shoe to run a 50 mile, somewhere between 9,000 or 12,000 feet of climbing and descending. I say somewhere between because I haven't decided on the event. It may be one here in California that has 9,000 feet of elevation change, but also starts at 7,000 feet elevation. Or it may be one in Oregon that starts at somewhere around 4,000 feet of elevation, but has 12,000 feet of elevation change. The weight on this shoe, it's 10.8 ounces or 306 grams on the men's size 9, and 9.6 ounces and 272 grams on the women's size 8. It is 32 millimeters here in the heel and 28 millimeters in the forefoot, giving you a 4 millimeter heel to forefoot drop. It has a balanced stage meta rocker, which simply means it's not as steep an angle as the meta rocker on the Clifton or the other trail shoes from Hoka One. The midsole is an injected EVA that feels really soft under the foot. The outer sole, 5 millimeter lugs on this Vibram Mega Grip outer sole, does really well going uphill, but where it really shines is when you're going downhill. Grip's great. This midsole performs awesome. I really love it on the downhills. I'm not the greatest downhiller, but in this I feel super confident and I'm willing to just bomb down the hill without even worrying about what I'm going to step on or how much it's going to affect the pounding in my legs. And that's the thing. When I'm done running in this, even after 1,400 feet of elevation change, I do not feel it in my legs. And I think that's a good sign. Clearly I'm getting in better shape, but also the shoes are doing their job. They're protecting me from the pounding of going downhill. The upper is an engineered mesh. It has a toe bumper welded on. It also has these support straps welded on. As you can see by my lacing, my narrow foot needs some help in here, but I think that's a good thing for everybody else. I think everybody else with a normal foot that doesn't have my screwed up narrow foot, it will be fine in this. The heel fit is adequate. There's a pretty good heel counter in here. Plus your heel is sitting deep down in this midsole. So I think that adds to the secureness and the fit of the heel. Overall, I really like the feel of this midsole. And once I get the fit right, I really love the feel of the shoe, specifically on long runs, on really rugged trails. It does the job. And that makes it definitely in the running for a 50 miler. We'll put some more miles in it to make sure that everything holds up, but I expect it will. I do have some things that I wish were different about this shoe. I think this upper, and you can even see it, this upper is way too stiff. It doesn't need to be that stiff. It can be lighter weight, and I'm going to talk a little bit about weight a little bit later. So there's that. I think there's too many welds, and I think that's partially of what's creating the stiffness. There's a different way they could do this, get the same effect of locking the foot down without welding on top of this upper as much as they have. I understand the boot laces, but I don't think a running shoe needs boot laces. I think if they got running laces, it would, and I'm not talking about the color, I'm talking about the texture and the thickness of this lace. It's a boot lace. I said this in the first video. I don't understand this piece. I don't understand why it goes from here and is all one piece all the way up the tongue. I just don't understand why you would do that. I somewhat understand this piece right here to protect the top of the foot, but come on, how many people really trail running are dragging the top of their foot across a rock or sticks? I just don't see it happen. I think this could completely go away. This totally redesigned, and guess what? You're gonna save some weight by doing that. I just don't understand why this piece is here. And then I talked about at the beginning, this shoe is all party on the lateral side and virtually nothing on the medial side. You know, I just think if you're gonna do that much paint on the shoe, spread the love around. Spread the love of paint on the midsole. Give the medial side some paint love. The one thing that would dissuade me from putting this shoe on for 50 miles is the weight. And it's not the physical weight of the shoe of 10.8 ounces. Because I have 10.8 ounce shoes that feel really light. In fact, the Saucony Shift that I reviewed 2 weeks ago is 10.4 ounces, and it runs really light for 10.4 ounces. This shoe, because this upper is so stiff, it feels like it runs more like 11.5 or 12 ounces to me. It just feels heavy when I run in it. And that's the one thing that I would say that clearly the thing that I love the most about it is bombing down hills. But I may be, and this may be something that I do in the 50 miler. Runners, when Hoka One first came out, runners would wear their lightweight trail shoes up the mountain and then put on their Hokas to go down the mountain. And that might be an option for me in the 50 miler. Because right now my head is trying to figure out, based on what I feel when I'm running in it, how I'm potentially gonna climb up over a 10,000 foot peak. Anyway, I'll get to that. Right now, I think the Speedgoat is game on. I think it's a really nice shoe. I think it rides really well. I love it for the downhills. I would say if you're looking at Hoka One and you're looking for a trail running shoe, a specific shoe that you're gonna use on the trail to bomb down trails, technical, difficult footing trails,
I think this shoe is totally worth trying on.
Thanks for watching. If you've got questions about running shoes or trail running or anything to do with running, don't hesitate. Leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Have a great run today.